today I'm going to rate and review 3 of the Ruskin Bond books which I have read. So they are The Great Stories for Children by Ruskin Bond, The Blue Umbrella by Ruskin Bond, and Tigers for Dinner by Ruskin Bond. So the first book that I'm going to rate and review is The Great Stories for Children by Ruskin Bond. So this is a short story collection by Ruskin Bond. It has around 200 pages, and I rated this book a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and actually I really liked the book. The writing was very descriptive, and each of the short stories is set in a small town setting, and I think it's set in Missouri. I think many of the stories are set in Missouri, where Ruskin Bond used to live, or he currently lives there, I'm not sure. So many of the stories are set in the hills, and each story is about a different character. Like one story has a monkey in it, and another story has a python who keeps coming into a house. Another story is about a pret. Pret means ghost in Hindi, so there's a ghost who keeps troubling the people in a house. And then another story is where Ruskin Bond himself is meeting a ghost when he's staying at a hotel. So these stories are really whimsical, fantastical, and descriptive, and it actually made me fall in love with Ruskin Bond's writing. This was the very first book of Ruskin Bond which I read, and I really liked his writing a lot. I usually don't read many books by Indian authors, because I don't know, I just don't know which are the best books and which are the best authors. I had tried to read a Chetan Bhagat book back when I was younger, and I just was intimidated by it because it was too long, and I stopped reading it. So after that, I haven't read many books by Indian authors, but I really like this book a lot, and I would recommend it to anyone who wants to get started with Ruskin Bond's writing. So the next book is The Blue Umbrella by Ruskin Bond. So this book is a short story. It is around, I think, 80 pages long, and I gave this book also a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And this book is about a character named Binya. So Binya is a girl who lives in a small town, a small village, and she has a brother and a family, and so all the people in the town are not very rich. Okay, they are poor or middle class, and they don't have a lot of luxuries, is what I'm trying to say. They live a comfortable life, but they don't have a lot of luxuries. So Binya, one day she happens to see a woman from the city who has come to her town to vacation, and she sees that the woman has a blue umbrella, which was very fancy, and Binya is very attracted to that umbrella because everybody in her village uses black umbrellas, which are very boring. So she's very attracted by that umbrella, and even that woman is attracted by something that Binya is wearing. So she wants the thing that Binya is wearing, and Binya wants the blue umbrella, so they do an exchange. And then Binya is the only person in the small village who has a blue umbrella, and then everybody envies her, and she uses this umbrella during when the weather is sunny, and during when the weather is rainy, and everybody is quite envious of her. And but she's actually really kind, and she helps people with umbrella. She lets people take the umbrella when they need it or when they are kind to her. But there is one person who is very rude, and he really wants the umbrella at no cost, at any cost, and that is a guy called Ram Bharosa. So he's a shopkeeper, and he tries to do many tricks to get the umbrella. So that's what the book is about, this blue umbrella which causes chaos in this small town. So actually I would really recommend this book as well. It is very unique, and I think I have never read a story which is relying entirely upon a small object, but it still manages to be a very interesting story. So that is about this story. And the next book is Tigers for Dinner by Ruskin Bond. So this book I rated it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads again, and this is also a short story. It is, I think, around 60 pages long, and this one I read on Audible. And this book is about a guy who is Mahmood, who is the chef working at the house of Ruskin Bond when Ruskin Bond was a child. So in this book, Ruskin Bond writes about all the stories which Mahmood told to Ruskin Bond. So each of the stories is very different and unique. So each of the stories is about when Mahmood was working for Jim Corbett, who is a tiger hunter. So he kills tigers who are man-eaters. And so when Jim Corbett was in India, Mahmood worked as the chef of Jim Corbett. So he actually had to live with Jim Corbett, and Jim Corbett didn't live in a normal house. He lived in the forest, in camps all the time. So even Mahmood was in the middle of a forest most of the time, and he had many encounters with different animals like a python and crocodile and a tiger. So all those stories are what make up this book, like how there was a time when Mahmoud was dragged by a crocodile into the waters, and how there was another time when Mahmoud was asleep and a python came crawling upon him, and how there was a time when Mahmoud had gone with Jim Corbett for hunting, and then he was actually hunting, he was actually trying to shoot a tiger or something. No, he was trying to shoot a deer, sorry, he was trying to shoot a deer and he shot a tiger by mistake. So that's what this book is about. The stories are really funny and entertaining and descriptive, and I would recommend this book as well. So that's it. Thanks for watching.